in the world are you guys watching?
Hockey.
Hockey.
Yep.
I'll show you something better than hockey.
Good afternoon. This is Castleton Videomagazine News. I'm Devin Clark.
And I'm Cassie Harnett.
Tens of thousands of student protesters blockaded the streets of Hong Kong over the weekend to fight for democracy. What began as a peaceful protest soon became violent. People were shielding themselves from tear gas and pepper spray with surgical masks, goggles, and umbrellas. These protests began due to the fact that Hong Kong was afforded economic and political freedoms outside the traditional socialist rule of People's Republic of China. This system was supposed to remain until 2047, but in recent events, that freedom may soon be gone. It was agreed that the people of Hong Kong would be able to elect their own political officials, but Beijing went back on their word and announced to Hong Kong that their officials must be approved by Beijing Loyal Committee, which would likely rule out opposing Democratic candidates. Beijing authorities have not yet calmed down these riots, but resolution will be happening soon. The creator of Stealth Genie, a mobile app marketed as a tool for spying on cheating spouses and keeping tabs on children, has been arrested according to federal authorities. The FBI said the case marks for the first time that anyone has faced criminal charges for marketing and selling such an app. Stealth Genie could monitor calls, texts, videos, and other communications on mobile phones without detection. It's among a handful of mobile applications called stalker apps. Selling spyware is not just reprehensible, it's a crime, says Assistant U.S. Attorney General Leslie R. Caldwell. Apps like Stealth Genie are expressly designed for use by stalkers and domestic abusers who want to know every detail of a victim's personal life, all without the victim's knowledge. The app's website appears to have been taken down Tuesday morning. Ahmad Akbar, 31, of Pakistan, was arrested Saturday in Los Angeles and appeared in court Monday. He faces charges of conspiracy, sale of surreptitious interception device, and advertisement of a known interception device. Authorities indicted him in Virginia, where a data center that hosted Stealth Genie is located, an FBI statement said. According to the indictment, users on the app had to access a person's phone for just a few minutes to install the app. As technology continues to evolve, the FBI will investigate and bring justice to those who illegal means to monitor and track individuals without their knowledge, said Andrew McCabe, an assistant director in charge of the FBI's Washington field office.
Authorities in Idaho have arrested the driver thought to have abandoned a trailer containing 37,000 pounds of now rotten chicken at a western Montana truck stop. The truck was reported missing on August 27th after the driver, Christopher Hall, sent his employer texts demanding money for the return of the semi and its cargo. The total cost of the spoiled shipment was once valued at $80,000 and has been brought back to a landfill last Friday. Hall has not been charged with any crimes related to the abandoned trailer, but was picked up on a parole violation. He now faces a possible theft charge. In the sports world today, record-holding 22-time Olympian Michael Phelps has been arrested on DUI charges in Baltimore, Maryland, early this morning. Officers say they pulled Phelps over around 1:30 in the morning, initially for driving 85 in a 45. The officer noticed Phelps was drunk and issued him a field sobriety test, which he failed miserably. He blew twice the legal limit and was booked. Phelps was eventually let go. The more startling part of this story is that it is Phelps' second offense of DUI in Maryland.
Could it be? Yes, I do believe so. Mr. George Clooney got married over the weekend. He married Amal Alamuddin, a London-based British-Lebanese lawyer, activist, and author. The two set the destination in Venice, Italy, where they had a private ceremony. The couple said "I do" at 8:18 p.m., which prompted a trio of musicians to play. They were wed by a close friend, Walter Veltroni, the former mayor of Rome. The much-anticipated wedding was attended by family and close friends, and was a night to remember by the newlyweds and all who attended. Congrats to the new lovebirds. A biologist says that the monarch butterflies in Upper Connecticut River Valley in Vermont and New Hampshire had a good to moderate year this year. Monarch butterflies spend their summers in northern United States and Canada, then migrate to Mexico for the winter. 90% of the monarch population has declined because of loss of the milkweed plants they would live on. According to biologist Kent McFarland, if the weather is good, the population could bounce back up.
Social activist and folk music legend Arlo Guthrie is coming to Vermont on October 19th. Guthrie will be performing at the Barry Opera House to share his life as a songwriter and an outspoken voice for social rights. Ticket prices for the show range from $25 to $46. The performance will begin at 7 p.m. More ticket information for the show can be found at the Barry Opera House website. For many college students, managing time to do laundry is a hassle, but finding quarters to pay for it is an even bigger one and may seem a bit outdated. Here's Lacey with the story.
Castleton students want to have to do is pay for laundry with quarters.
The college has decided years ago, instead of taking that money to cover the cost of electricity, we moved that money into RHA, Residence Hall Association, and the proceeds for that and the candy machine on campus, those go towards replacing TVs, to microwaves, refrigerators, stoves, equipment. With our contract, if we wanted to go to a universal card or a credit card or to free laundry, we would have to pay the company X number of dollars, and so we would have to pass that along to students. We have in the contract that was dealt 10 years ago, the cheapest way the way to get a cheapest load, cost per load for students, was to stay with quarters. To keep that cost down, there's very little technology other than the quarter machine system in order to keep that cost low. We thought 10 years ago that was the most important move for students, and we were able to guarantee that price point for 10 years. And so if we were to move to a universal card or a credit card system, the cost of the load would have to go up.
With the possibility of the change in the next few years, it looks like our pockets won't be jingling as much anymore. I'm Lacey Parmenter, CSC News, Castleton.
With upcoming elections this November for governor and lieutenant governor, we took a quick sample of CSC student voter tendencies. Of 25 students sampled, 21 said yes, they are voting, and 4 said no, they weren't voting. Those who said no said they either weren't into politics or weren't registered to vote. Incumbent Peter Shumlin took the win on this one, as 10 students said they would vote for Shumlin, the Democrat, 2 for Scott Milne, the Republican, 4 for Dan Feliciano, the Libertarian, and 5 said they were unsure. Election day is November 4th. I'm Devin Clark.
And I'm Cassie Harnett. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more Castleton Video Magazine.
On this week's edition of Man on the Street, we are asking Castleton students about the new app Yik Yak and what they use it for.
I mean, the only reason I use Yik Yak is because, everyone got it, so I'm just like, all right, might as well go with the trend and see what it's all about. So I got it. And, I mean, it's kind of useful. It's more entertainment to me.
I use it because it's like an anonymous Twitter. It's kind of interesting to look at what everybody is saying.
I go on Yik Yak just to see there's some funny stuff that gets posted, a lot of stupid stuff, but there's some funny posts, but it's not really all that useful. It could actually be harmful, hurt some people's feelings.
I don't use Yik Yak. I don't find it useful for anything. I think that it's rather stupid and immature.
Why do you use Yik Yak, and do you find it useful?
I use Yik Yak just because everyone has it, my friends, and I wouldn't say it's necessarily useful, but it's definitely entertaining. Some stuff that's posted is funny, others is just kind of pointless, like trash talking, but It's definitely entertaining. Check it a few times a day.
I don't really use it. I just got it to see what all the hype was about. I don't really think it's that useful. It's just kind of a waste of time.
Aaron Wallace, CSC News, Castleton.
My name's Peter Vaughn. Today I'll be teaching you how to do a front scooter flip. First thing you're going to want to do is to get this motion down really well. Throw it over your shoulder, take your right hand off, let it slide on the left, put your hand back on when it's halfway around, put your foot on it, and then land. Just like that. When you're comfortable with the motion, the next step is to take it to a ramp. Thanks for watching. Just remember, practice makes perfect.
Did you know that some of the Castleton academic buildings are haunted? The scariest building on campus, which happens to be the oldest, is the Old Chapel. Built in 1821, the Old Chapel was formerly known as the college's medical academy. Legend has it that a ghost of a partially dissected woman roams the chapel without her head.
My friend were still recording, and I took my camera that I had and started recording the halls of the old chapel. And while I was there, going through review of the video, we happened to notice that there was a shadow on the wall of a headless human figure. And we went back again and checked it out, and there was no way it was our shadow, and there was nothing else that could have caused the shadow. So this could possibly have been the lady, the preacher's wife, still in the building.
It seems that the medical academy rarely had enough cadavers to practice on, so the students resorted to grave robbing. Is this unhappy victim still searching for her head? Stay tuned for more Did You Know?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was solid.
Now we wait for another 2 weeks. I'm gonna go eat.